What's up, guys? BrownieBits here, and today we are back in BrownieLand for a very special world tour episode. Today I have a very special guest and somebody I'm really excited about joining, Mr. WhiteFyr over here. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I am very good.
I'm really excited to tour this world. I've seen a few things from here, and it looks pretty darn awesome.
I turned the wrong way. I turned all the way around the wrong way. But yeah, I'm excited to show it off to you. For those of you that don't know, WhiteFyr is a YouTuber and Twitch streamer.
hmm
And somebody I've been watching for a very long time, before your first hiatus off of YouTube. And then you kind of like disappeared and I got real sad. And then you just all of a sudden appeared in my sub box again. And I got really excited.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that sometimes. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so I'm really excited to get some of your opinions on the world and kind of
hmm
show you what we've all done here. So I guess to start off, we're at World Spawn. In fact,
Okay.
World Spawn is right here. I've changed it from when the world first started. And the reason I did this is because I wanted an area for us to be able to spawn into that
Okay.
is within the lore of the world, yet outside of the lore of the world, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So, as far as the lore goes, this is the BrownieLand University or the
Ooh.
BrownieLand Historical Society. So, eventually, these are going to be trees. I had put leaves up and I did not like it, so I took the leaves down and I'm going to retry again. But these are going to be trees eventually in here. But this is the basically the area that you spawn in and how you access the Nether. This is still a very much
Okay.
work in progress area. So eventually, there's one of these buildings is going to be the Patreon hall, where the
Okay.
patrons and the Twitch subs are going to be have their head and everything displayed in there. One of these buildings is going to be the library, where I write down some of the lore stories and that type of stuff into the books and
hmm
have them be, in there for anybody to kind of check out and see. And then one of these buildings is going to be the command block like building. So basically I'm going to have command blocks and I'm thinking it's going to be this one. But I'm going to have
Okay.
command blocks that you can come up and say, "Oh, I want to go to this city," and come up and hit the command block and not break the floor. Um, go up and hit the command block and be able to be teleported right to that. But I do have pathways laid out. I haven't finished this pathway here that leads into the areas that we're going to be looking at today. But you can see the glowstone. I have pathways laid out that are going to be
hmm
taking you to everywhere in the world. So you can literally walk or ride a horse anywhere in the world via these
Oh, that's
pathways. So
awesome. And okay, so you decided to do that and not just use the elytra? I assume for the lore of the world.
yeah, so the elytra, I haven't come up with a reason that the elytra is in the world, but
Okay.
like I'm slowly working that in. Um, but yeah, I wanted an area because this is a very very old world, and maybe the elytra is something that's like kind of new or that type of stuff where um, it's it's not something that when they first originally built the world that it was like a common occurrence.
hmm
So
No, that makes sense. The other thing I wanted to say as well, I love is this birch right here? I'm assuming.
yes, that's
On
birch.
the roofs? Oh, I love birch. Oh my goodness, I love seeing this because I don't know. I feel like people don't appreciate birch enough, so I
Yeah,
like seeing
in
this.
my texture, it's significantly like grayed. Like
hmm
it's not as cream colored as it is. But yeah, I still like birch in certain circumstances, and I think for this build, I think birch works extremely well, especially considering there's a lot of birch trees around here.
hmm
In fact, there's a birch forest right over there. So it just kind of works out really well. Plus, with my acacia, which is this really kind of redwood here,
hmm
with my acacia wood, it does look really good
Yeah,
as a
I love this
combo.
color.
It's meant to work well with bricks and let's see. Here's bricks and the red sandstone stuffs.
Okay. Yeah, these definitely match. Wow, these definitely match really well.
So that was kind of the thought process behind getting that color, so that I could match them up pretty darn well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks really good. I'm definitely a fan of that for sure.
Well, you're more than welcome to use the pack.
We'll see. We'll see.
But yeah. So the Nether really doesn't have anything. We'll take a look at it. As far as where this is going, there's no Nether hub yet. My plan is to make one, but yeah,
Okay.
it's just kind of a netherrack tunnel. So what I would suggest we do is we actually take a pathway down here and kind of follow it for a little ways. So there's two different ways we can go. Did you want to go up over the mountains into the birch forest or check out the dark oak forest?
Let's go raid first. Let's go to the birch forest first.
Okay.
I'm not sure
They
what's
all
over here. So
they all lead around to the same area. But my thought process as far as this pathway goes is I wanted it to be I want little items here and there along the path that you're able to kind of stop and see, or maybe it's like just barely poking out. Very similar to how Flip does a lot of his stuff, where
Okay.
you're hidden, and then all of a sudden it opens up. Where it kind of reveals itself. I really like that concept. I really like how that looks. So I thought we would take a lot of time through these forests, a lot of pathways through the forest, because the forests themselves provide a very nice natural way of opening things up. Like this here, like if there was something here, it just kind of opens up into this nice clearing, that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
especially with like a dark oak forest, which is known to be pretty packed.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of dark oak forest in this seed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I
But
like that.
we are coming up very, very shortly into the territory of Osins. And the Osins territory is the first territory in this world that we've started building. We haven't started any other ones, but the Osins territory is the first one. And the first like little hamlet that you will see here is actually one of the collab videos that I've done with another YouTuber. And
Ooh.
this one is actually with Night13, who is a fellow member of Odium, of the Odium server. So it was really fun to build with him, and he still comes back on to kind of work on this little hamlet. Don't have a name for it
Really?
yet, but yeah. And you should be able to start seeing it now. This is the revealing I'm kind of talking about, where you
Oh yeah. Okay.
come up over the hill and you kind of see it through the trees and everything like that, and then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden you're in the middle of town. So not a lot has been done yet, but this is his little style that he wanted to build in that I really like.
It's a cute little area. I like it.
We
I
have
like the coarse dirt.
oh yeah we have plans to make I think 3 more houses and then like a little like centerpiece type of deal. So eventually there will be interiors as well. We just haven't gotten that far. Also using the new campfire
Oh,
texture.
my favorite.
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest additions I've seen of the new update. Just because of the smoke, honestly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's like my second favorite block now. That the lantern has officially become my favorite.
Oh yeah,
So
I can't see anything contesting that, to be honest.
so yeah, there's plans to have like basically this little area is separate from the rest of the Osins territory, because they kind of have this little mountain range kind of separating them. But their lore here is that they are settled at the base of this volcano that has a lot to do with some extra stuff. And basically, right up over here, there's this fairly large hill. Maybe where is it? Oh, there it is.
I was gonna say, where is this volcano?
Yeah. So this volcano up here, I haven't started on it yet. Oh my gosh, the lag.
Eh,
I
rubber
haven't
banding.
started on it, yeah. But eventually, this is going to be a nice volcano, and the lore is that there is like every 100 years or for 100 years, and then every so many 100 years after that, between them is this volcano erupts, and it pumps so much ash into the air that it covers the entire territory in black ash, and basically turns the
Wow.
sky black. Now, the rest of the territory doesn't know that this volcano exists. So they call those times the darkness,
Mm-hmm.
and they just believe that, some magical thing is happening and that type of stuff. They don't understand the fact that this volcano is actually causing it. Whereas this little town over here understands it because they witness it firsthand. So they understand why the darkness happens and everything like that, which is why they're parked where they are. They're far enough away to where they're safe, but they're close enough to where they can kind of monitor it.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of lore in this, but if we continue up this little pathway here, we're kind of entering into the full-on Osin's territory now. So we have 2 areas that we can go to that will eventually link back up as always, but
Are
The-
these path blocks slabs?
yes. If you click
That's
on it,
beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful.
and
I
then
love that.
basically look at the path or the name of it, because it's the
Mhm.
petrified oak slab.
Oh.
So eventually, I'm going to have a thing that I can actually craft these with, and eventually, I want to have the ability to pick up the path blocks with Silk Touch, as well as make them in your crafting inventory with flint.
With flint, okay. That's a pretty good choice.
So grass block and 1 grass block and 1 flint equals a path block, or something along those lines. To make it hard to obtain but still obtainable. So then
That
I
makes
can
sense. I really wish that they had this in the vanilla game, to be honest.
I do too, because I wish they also had grass slabs as well as coarse dirt and dirt slabs, because that would make
Yeah.
everything so much better. But it is what it is.
One day. One day.
So we have 2 different areas that we can go to. And I think we're going to go this way first. So this up here is one of the little areas that I have thrown throughout the world. Little hidden like areas that you can kind of see, like, adds a little bit more life. So this is like an old campsite. Maybe they camped here for a little while and they decided, you know what, we're done here. So they put out the fire and then they left. But the remnants of their little camping time has stayed put. So
That's awesome. How did you get the campfire to go out? Does it just go out after a while, or?
you can pump it full of water with a splash potion of water,
Okay.
or a water bucket. So
Okay.
I'm actually going to just light it. Okay, so it's lit. So now I can actually turn it off with the splash potion or bottle of water,
Wow.
or obviously lighting it with a flame blow, which is a new thing in 1.14.2. And then I can actually,
Oh, is it? Huh.
yeah.
That's so cool. I had no idea you could do that.
Well, now you do. Oh no, it's breaking everything. My frames dropped down. No. Oh gosh.
Come on, water. Stop.
Come on. You can do it. There it goes. Okay, we're significantly better now. But yeah, so there's that. And then also, if you pick up that campfire, it will stay unlit when you put it back down.
Huh.
So, yep.
That's really cool.
So we come through, and as you get through these mountains, you'll start to see the farm fields of Alowick, which is actually over here is the actual world spawn where we spawned into the world at. So basically, the main export of Alowick is wheat. But they do have some other stuff that they send out, like dark oak wood and that type of stuff, because it is a dark oak forest. And then if you take a look over there, there's something else kind of peeking over the trees, which is another, reason I love the campfires, because it's hidden, but there's just enough particles where you can kind of see it.
The smoke really it's an awesome effect because now you can see things without actually seeing them. Technically,
Exactly.
you know where
So
they are.
yeah, exactly. That's why I love the campfire so much. That, and it makes campsites look so much more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So if we come over here, eventually this is going to go to another little hamlet type of deal. But we have our... And all the grass is like despawned from here. That's so weird. Because I had little mushrooms on these podzol areas. And
Huh?
then a couple berry bushes and stuff. I don't know what went on with that.
Did it maybe pop off at some point, or?
It might have been because of 1.14 doing some weird stuff with stuff.
Yeah, I know in a world that I play in, I think when I was updating to 1.14.1 or 1.14.2, one of the two, I had some leads pop off of
Yeah, that would have
fences.
been 1.14.1. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah.
Gotta love the bugs. But yeah, so this is a little campsite. The idea is that it's currently being used. Maybe they're off, hunting or doing something along those lines, chopping wood or something. But this is a currently being used campsite. So they have, their tents up. They have beds in there. I had crafting benches and chests in here, but apparently they did not stick around because reasons. But yeah, the whole idea is obviously to try and give it a little bit more life into the world and
Mm.
a little bit more areas to kind of explore and stuff.
Was there any reason for the color choice here? I love the colors, but did you have any reason behind the color choice for the tents here?
Not really. I literally packed up, I think it was 6 or 7 colors worth of tents. And I just kind of went off and I was like, hey, red and black looks good. Or you'll see cyan and white at one point, and that type of stuff. So, yeah, that's... I didn't really have a color choice, but I wanted to match it without matching it. So that's why I did the red and black over there and then the black and red here.
Makes sense, and I love the use of the acacia fences here.
Yeah, it does look good. That was
Looks it.
before it fully changed. I actually had it as a golden color at this point.
Oh
And then,
wow.
yeah, so I changed it because I was like, no, I kind of want that red. So,
I like the red, to be honest.
yeah, me too. So,
Good
yeah,
choice.
this is a just a little thing, but on to the very first city that we started. So I tried to make the pathways as much as possible, but as we come in, you'll see the woodland mansion start to load in. Oh, there's also a lot of entities, so it's going to be some lag as it loads in. But we spawned into the world like somewhere over here in the middle of this wheat field. And it hadn't loaded in anything yet. And basically I kind of like ran around and was like, oh, there's supposed to be, some cool stuff in this world. Like apparently there's a woodland mansion like within 1,000 blocks from spawn. I was like, yeah, I'm so excited. I started walking and then it just rendered in. I was like, or right there.
That's got to be one of the luckiest spawns I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Because these things are super rare.
Oh yeah, they're extremely rare. And the fact that it's like in the spawn chunks is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So season 1 is the season where I want to take a vanilla structure and recreate it into a town or city or something along those lines and use the theme of it. So as you can
Okay.
see, these buildings all here have that woodland mansion kind of theme where they have the cobblestone, like support features and then the dark oak planks and
Yeah.
such.
Same build style as well.
Yeah, yeah. Just because I think that in this world they would kind of keep everything similar. I had a lot of mobs die from 1.14.1 in here.
Oh.
Yeah, because they were all filled.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
So, yeah, a little storage area for the community farm. Nothing too fancy up in here. But yeah, so there's little things. Basically, I tried to make this town as realistic as possible. and I was trying to think, what would they have? It's like, well, they would definitely have like a little community farm,
Mm-hmm.
to where they could all come in here, gather up some food, replant it, and keep it going and everything like that. So this was actually my original like field that I had made to grow stuff, and then I was like, I'm just going to basically make it make sense in the world. So I kept it.
Makes sense.
And then there are some little shops in here that are dotted around because a certain level of patron actually gets a shop named after them. So this is Mr. Neeson's shop, and it's Neeson Tech Sales and Repair. And it's actually a little computer store.
I love the item frames.
Yeah. I am surprised that these were fine because my item frames over in my storage area all disappeared.
Oh, yeah, because of updating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are still
So
here.
these all survived, which I'm very thankful for.
The game must have known, this is the place that needs to needs to survive.
Exactly, that has to know. But yeah, so there's little houses and the like. And actually, you know what? We'll come over here towards the front. This is actually Pixel Rift's one chunk Woodland Mansion design.
Oh.
And I extended it a little bit more, and there's actual villagers in here, though some of them have deceased because of the update.
Yeah, you got a lot of librarians. Holy moly.
Yeah, this was actually my librarian area. I'm thinking about like breaking them out and letting them roam free. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I have a few up here as well. Oh, nope, they all disappeared. Never mind. There's nothing upstairs, so. But yeah, we'll do basically the Woodland Mansion I chopped everything out of and have plans to make this into like the town center and everything. This is like a little town meeting where I have little friends and people that I have either played with or taken inspiration from, and I use their heads. And then up front is actual patron heads.
Oh, cool.
At the time I built this, they were all patrons, so I went ahead and did that up here. So.
This is really cool. So the heads don't cause a whole ton of lag? Because I know sometimes in worlds when you place heads, a bunch of heads in a place, they...
I mean, yeah, there's some lag, but it's not terrible, especially since I moved the spawn chunks away from here so that they're not always constantly loaded.
Okay.
That's why you get some of that lag when you start loading in the area. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we have, some very close, good friends of the channel and everything like that. And then Wells Knight over here, who is a major inspiration for actually starting the channel and stuff. So
I was gonna say, I thought this was Wells. His
Pokemon skin?
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to add him in there because he's basically a big inspiration for starting the channel. So
of course.
Yeah, but everybody else I've either played with or have very close. Like this guy here is Copper Cable, who actually made my like avatar guy, as well as some of my emotes and some logos and stuff for me. So he's kind of my artist guy. So I had to add him in here too. So
yeah, this is a great way to include people who have been really inspirational or helped a lot. I really like that.
Yeah, I want to add a couple more. Now that especially I have the item stand data pack, then I definitely want to add that in. And then where we first started was actually down here in the corner. This is our little hidey hole that we first started. We have our throwaway chest in here where we can just kind of throw away unneeded items. And then we have our AFK Fisher, which is super cheaty.
Everybody's got to have one of these.
Oh,
though.
yeah, absolutely. And there's
especially
still some
early game.
Yeah, there's still some stuff in here, like some books and stuff from it, but most of these chests have been disabled. And this is actually some of the original terrain of the world that you can see. I just kind of dirted over.
So you don't fill in your terrain.
Well,
disc.
Some of it I do, but like this I didn't because it was like this was where I came down and dug into the wall of the Woodland Mansion. So I was like, I got to keep it, Like
okay.
that's, yeah. My original bed, and then down here is our zombie, chicken, and our skeleton farms, which are now all broken.
Really?
Yep. Which is why there's a ton of chickens just kind of chilling and a bunch of random stuff going on here.
Oh, yeah, because that uses the old like water elevator design.
Yep.
Okay.
I can come through here and fix it, but yeah, it's
Why at this point?
yeah, basically. Especially now that I have I actually have a data pack in here where it's silk touch spawners. So like,
Oh,
yeah. But storage areas for the chicken and everything like that.
wow. It's a lot of chests.
Yeah, I had them like mostly all filled up at one point. Not counting the chicken. The chicken wasn't, but like all the bones and the stuff, all of that was filled up at one point.
Wow.
So it's
Must have gotten some good use out of this though. That's for sure.
oh yeah, yeah. We spent a lot of time down here. They're just this actually is probably most of my lag right here. This is probably
Yeah.
most of my lag.
I would definitely say so, especially the floating eggs as
Yeah.
well.
It's I'll come back and fix it. I'm not too worried about it right now. That's got to be like 90% of my lag there. Oh, nice. GG.
Yay, got an achievement or advancement. Got started.
And then we have our ever amazing cactus farm.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. It was just a very basic one, but it had been running for so long that I had two double chests worth of cactus in here.
I mean, yeah, all you need for these cactus farms really is one of these small ones, and if you're round enough, it's
Especially if it's like over at World Spawn, because then it's always loaded. So it's really nice. And then down to my mine, which is now just kind of a beacon mine. So nothing too exciting down there. Just all kind of opened up. Let's see. I don't think there's really anything else in here quite yet. That's really needing to be shown off. Now, one of my favorite builds in this town, and basically the build that I'm most proud of, is actually this here. This is the Alowick Library. And if you come in here, I've actually done basically a full interior with torches spammed everywhere. But yeah, this is probably my most, the build I'm most proud of in this this area. I've come back in and added some of the lecterns and that type of stuff, and to add to it. But I love it.
Yeah, no, there's a llama up here. Okay.
Oh yeah, because there's a wandering trader, and this guy found his way all the way up here, so I tamed him, and now he just kind of chills. He likes to read. But before the update happened, I actually went through and filled up a bunch of books full of, the different needs that I would have. So all of these should be mostly filled up with, the top trade, because I spend a lot of time trading to get all of the books.
Yeah, it's smart. Now you don't have to worry about books ever again.
Yeah, because I knew the trading mechanism would be kind of different, but eventually I do want to have some lore books about Alowick, and I want to put them on here so that people can kind of leaf through them on the lectern, because that's pretty cool to have, the ability to stick one page and it'll stay. So
yeah, that's really cool. Another great addition of 1.14.
yeah, absolutely. It's such a nice looking block too. I love it.
It is.
And then you can see all the way down to the very base of the library here, which I really like. I was going to make a chandelier, but it didn't work out. But now I can actually with the lanterns. And excuse me, sir. This guy wants to be a part of it. No, like it's fine.
He's trying to push you off.
Yeah, he is, bro. So yeah, this is the Library of Valuik. Very happy with this. And then I do a comment or question of the day. And down here, there's actually a shulker box with all 25 episodes plus the episode 25 World Tour. So,
Nice.
well, I guess with episode 0, it's 26 episodes and then the World Tour. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. There's, we have our gold store for mini 500. We have our obsidian mini sword statue, which is actually
Ooh.
the founder of this. He carried around an obsidian sword, and it actually broke in battle when he was young, but he still carried it around, so it was like half the size of a normal sword. So they called him the mini sword because he was General Obsidian. So they built this statue here to remember him because he passed away, but he was the original founder of this town.
I like this statue a lot. What is this in the middle? Is this obsidian? Okay.
Yep, that's obsidian. It's red in my pack.
No, that's cool. I like it.
So we have the gold store here, which is missing a lot of item frames too. But yeah, there's little stores like this. This is Mini 500's gold store. And then we have YT's door store over here.
Door store.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh.
So you can kind of see how the redstone doors work. She actually had me on her channel for a little collab to kind of show how these doors work. So I built all of the ones she showed me in here, like right after, because I had to. Because I was like, look, I could do the thing.
Redstone, yeah.
And I think this one's busted now. Yeah, this one's busted now. It doesn't work anymore.
Aw. Yeah, I would never have even tried this. It just redstone. Nuh-uh.
Yeah. The only reason I did that was because she showed me how. But yeah, so that's basically as far as that goes. And there's little like houses and that type of stuff. Eventually, all of them are going to have an interior because I'm thinking I'm going to have like all the villagers, have the ability to kind of run around where they need to.
And I spotted this over here as well. Is this a lighthouse?
Yeah. So the story with this is this was actually on the coast. And they it became like abandoned and became really dilapidated. So they grabbed it, took it block by block, and rebuilt it over here. And eventually, this is going to become like a little museum.
Oh,
but this is actually a working lighthouse. And excuse the lag as it sets up, but because of I have the wrong setting in here, don't I? Yes, I do. There it goes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
That
it's
is fantastic.
super laggy, but yeah.
Yeah, I found that most redstone things are kind of like, unfortunately.
And what I have done is when you flick that lever to the on position, which it's in the on position now, if we had the daylight cycle turned on, the moment it started to turn night, that lighthouse would turn on. So, or it should. Hello? I don't know what went on. It's supposed to. It worked.
It's broken. No. I'm sorry. It must be me.
It might not be dark enough.
It should be. It's nighttime.
There it goes. It just wasn't dark enough.
That's a really nice effect. I like it.
Looks like some of it's not working properly, unless that's just lag. Yeah, that's just lag.
Yeah,
On
I think
my
it's
end.
just lag.
But Yeah, so that's a pretty cool little redstone thingy. And I'm going to turn it off because there we go. Oh, there's a phantom.
Hi, buddy.
You're in a predicament, aren't you?
Well,
So,
oh well.
yeah, this is the city of Aluik. The other thing that is a really really big or has a lot of importance in this world is actually this building over here. So I have like little animal farms and that type of stuff in here. This is basically where a lot of my farms are. But this here was actually built on live stream, and it was built on my birthday in 2017 during my 24-hour live stream. And my stream actually named it. So this place is called Patterson's Ports, Pallets, and Packaging Palace.
That's a bit of a hard thing to say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So this is like a little storage area to where like maybe the big cargo ships would come in here, unload here, and they would have different, little pallets worth of shipping items that they could do. And then I made the pallets out of jungle wood slabs and stairs. So it kind of looks like there would be maybe something that could come up underneath, lift it up, and then carry it where it needed to go.
You have like a forklift or something.
Yeah, something along those lines. So, yeah. And then we have a big stack of them up over here as well.
Nice.
But yeah, this is where my original storage area for the world is. There's still a ton of stuff upstairs. And we actually built an office up here, which the way that I designed the ceiling of the office, it created a P, which is how they got the P from for the everything.
Huh. Yeah. That's cool.
The way it worked out.
It looked like a D at first if you look at it this way.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's a P. Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, there's this is where all of the item frames were. So, have fun trying to find stuff. I haven't gone through and done it
no.
yet. So, yeah, but you can see all the wood stuffs that I have. I've got melons and pumpkins and the likes, everything. Trying to fill up as much as I possibly can.
This is a lot of stuff.
Just a little bit, yeah.
All this iron? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time. In fact, I need to go pick up all the iron from my iron farm still. Because it's full. But yeah, so that's basically this little area in here. Oh, it seems like there is a little lighting funkiness going on in here. Oh, maybe it was just that little area there that needed updated. I don't know. That was weird. Okay. But yeah, I'll eventually come back and put signs down so that I don't have that same thing happening again.
Yeah. Unfortunately, item frames are prone to being messed with.
Yeah, exactly.
It's unfortunate because they're great to use in storage areas.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They are fantastic. So we have basically, I mean, there's little different items here and there that are dotted throughout this. But in the spirit of time, since we have so much more to see, I figured we'd kind of do a real quick tour of Aluik and kind of see the major forms of it. Now we have 2 different areas that we could go see. And this is entirely up to you as to what we will see.